Greetings everyone. In this video, I'm going to define the word chi. I'm going to talk about harmony and balance and the importance of finding that perfect balance to create harmony in your life on a daily basis. I'm going to show you a morning ritual that you can do to order your steps throughout the day. And you're not the one ordering your steps. You can speak life and can provoke or evoke the sort of reality that you want. But we depend on divine source or energies that will help us navigate our way in this life and in this world. We can't continue to just rely on a story or fable about a person who lived 2,000 years ago and all of who we are, the energy, the vibration, chi within our body remains dormant. You just cannot do that, okay? It's so much more complex, so much deeper than just a story about someone who died on a cross, okay? Until you're able to recognize your power within you, understand that you are one with nature and you have the power to draw from the source. You have the power to call upon your spirit guides to deliver you, to instruct you, to keep you in all your ways. Okay? So stay tuned for the next clip. I'm going to spend that time talking about chi, finding balance and harmony. What is chi? Some places you'll see it as CHI or KI or QI. And what chi is, or what it refers to, is vital life force or energy that runs through all living beings. So not just yourself as a human being, but through animals, through the plants. It's the existence that flows through each of us, uniting the body, the mind, and the spirit. And so this is what makes us alive. A person who's departed from the physical realm no longer has chi. And in Chinese philosophy, it's a thought that is inherent in all things. That this chi is inherent in all things. So in traditional Chinese medicine, the balance of negative and positive forms in the body is believed to be essential for good health. So without, that healthy balance in the body, you're going to be ill. How do we balance chi? Number one, draw the energy down by exhaling, doing breath work. So this is where, doing meditation is really good for you, when you learn how to control your breath or your breathing doing your meditation or doing your exercises. Number two, doing heart-centered work. So many of us, our heart is wounded from negative experiences or some of the negative experience that's within our DNA from our parents. When you're pregnant, whatever you're going through during your pregnancy, you emotional things, that is, you pass that on to your child. If you used to be very miserable, very sad during your pregnancy, when you give birth to that child cries a lot. That child grows up always having this spirit that is sad, that is always sad. So we can't underestimate the fact that whatever we experience in our pregnancy or whatever we experience while we're in utero, or as embryos, it is going to go in your DNA. And so it's very important to create this positive environment around yourself, as a person, and especially when you're pregnant or want to have children. And some of the things that are happening in our, in our DNA is not something we have control over, because, it's our ancestors, it's our parents, our foreparents. passing that down to us. And so it's important. This is where you can control, by knowing that you're going to have to do some work, and you're going to have to do some spiritual work, and you're going to have to do those heart center work. Number 3, intention. Our intention is what creates our reality or draws to us the things that we desire. So, you have to have pure intention for positive energy to flow into your life, through mindful practice. So, if you have to get up in the morning and you have to order your day, and as you see on the screen here, it says, the Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their life. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand. Proverbs 16 verse 9. So the person who wrote this is talking about their own personal relationship with divine energy, and understanding that your steps are ordered, but you have to put yourself in a position so that they can be ordered. Okay? And so Chi, as I said earlier, is finding harmony and balance. Okay? And how do you know when you found Chi? Number 1, you have learned to listen and trust your feelings, and understand that your feeling is the ultimate way to communicate with yourself. Okay? So we spend so much time telling people our feelings, talking to, other individuals about what we're going through, when the best way is to talk to the God in you, talk to the spirits that dwell within you and around you, because oftentimes you can't even trust your own feelings. You're not sure, this is what I'm feeling, and sometimes you're afraid of your feelings. You don't know if you can trust them, but you have to learn how to, because we have this, what people call sixth sense, that certain things are being told to you. The spirit reveals certain things to you, but you don't believe it. And then when you go and you share with people who are not connected at all, who are not in any way spiritual, or even want to learn how to be closer to source, when you go to those persons, they'll say stuff to you and cause you to question what you already know. So learning to communicate with yourself, ask yourself questions, when these feelings come up or surface for you, examine them and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Do not ignore it. So number 2, you feel connected. We are all connected to source. We come into this world with our spirit guides, and as such, they're here ready to inform us and to teach us, but they're not going to force themselves on us. We have to invite them. If you look at the movies or the stories that they tell you about, the vampires and those movies and stuff, a vampire will not enter your home unless you invite it. The same thing is true for the spirits. Good or bad spirits have to be invited. Okay? And so when you start to feel this sense of connection, the next one is you flow. You're feeling this flow, this energy shift between you and nature. Have you ever been in a situation where you go somewhere and all these animals are so attracted to you? When I go home to Jamaica, stray dogs find me. Wherever I'm staying, dogs are going to come from wherever in the community and come to my place and connect with me like that. And if they're wild and they don't like to be touched, you best believe after we connect that first day and we talk, the next day they're coming back, and every time they come, they get closer. Or the birds, or, butterflies or whatever. So it is that flow between you and nature. You're going to feel that. And so you're going to know that, okay, I found Chi within me. You also, number 4, experience inner strength, empowerment, and peace all at once. So regardless of what you're going through, all of a sudden you're going to feel the surge within you, that causes you to feel this sense of power and this inner strength and peace. So everything else is falling apart around you, but this is a sign that, listen, with all that is happening right now, where am I finding this peace? Why am I feeling so empowered? Why am I feeling this inner strength? That's when you know that you found Chi. Number 5, your life has a sense of purpose, right? That's how you know that there's balance, there's harmony. And now, you want to go forward and not just do something because it benefits you, but you're going to be doing it because you're saying, this is my life's purpose. And how do you control chi? How do you control the feelings of connection or connectiveness, the flow you're feeling within your body, the inner strength and the empowerment and the peace that you're feeling? How do you control that? And that's your chi. How do you control these things? Number one, getting sufficient restful sleep. When you're not sleeping well, listen, your body is going to be thrown off. The harmony and the balance in your body is going to be off. So you need your rest. Number two, exercising regularly and practicing your breathing techniques, whether it be yoga or whatever you choose to balance that breath, that breathing. Because listen, one of the biggest problems in life is stress. And if we understand how to breathe, how to balance the chi in our body, we will eliminate stress from our lives. Number three, maintaining healthy eating practice. This is not an easy one because the kind of world we live on, we're always living in, we always have to be rushing, always busy taking care of this and that. But listen, if you're not taking care of your own body, if you're not eating right, not only are you going to become ill, not only are you going to be distant from the source, but you're not going to be able to maintain that healthy balance between yourself and the divine energies. And so we have to try to do better. And I am always struggling in that department, but I try. Number four, taking care of your mental health. It is very important to take care of your mental health. Listen, you have to avoid some people. You have to cut some people out of your life. You have to learn to separate yourself from amongst them. I'm sure you've heard that expression. Some people come with just pure trauma. Listen, we all have trauma on a certain level, right? But some people are crosses. What they carry with them, the moment they enter the space, they bring nothing but negativity. And so in order for you to maintain your peace and your harmony and your balance, you've got to cut them off. Sometimes these folks, when they're around you, you cannot heal, because just talking to them, just listening to them, just sharing space or time with them, just bring you back to a place where you don't want to be. This is why I stopped talking to a lot of my relatives, because when I speak to them, all it evokes is trauma. And I just don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want to remove that from my mind, okay? So my mental health is very important. And that means even the ones that I give birth to, I have my moment and my days when I just want to be alone. And I don't want to deal with any drama. I don't want to deal with any issues. Because, sometimes as parents, kids are dealing with their own stuff and you want to take it on. You have to learn to separate yourself from these things and learn to say, okay, I'm focusing on me now. I'm taking care of my mental health. I'm not going to associate with people who are going to upset my spirit. There are times, even when you're a person who's an advocate for social justice or all these things, there are times when you have to back off from that. You can't expend all your energy taking on the problems of the world and depleting yourself. You just cannot do that. You just have to start loving upon yourself. You just have to free yourself. You just have to learn to say no. And sometimes even when you're saying no, you're going to feel guilty. But that is about preserving your mental health, taking care of yourself. Nothing is wrong with that. The person who's asking you to give more of yourself, when you're saying, I clearly have no more to give. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have any resource. I don't have what you need. And you have to know your limit, because sometimes we push ourselves to the limit to try to appeal to other person's needs. And at the end of the day, these ones that you're putting yourself over the threshold for will run over your body and stomp upon you, and they will not look back. Some people are energy vampires, so they will take all of what you have. And when you have no more to give, it's nothing personal. They're going to feed that. They feed that desire, and some people have this overwhelming desire to draw from your energy, to draw from your source, to draw from your well. And when you no longer can, pour into them, you're empty, you're a shell, and they're gone. Whether it be relationship, whether it be in your family, whether it be in your work, you just put yourself in any of those scenarios where people ask too much of you. And we all know when it is too much, but for some reason, we are prepared to just lay down and let people use us as a rug. And then we get so angry, we get so bitter because we're saying, I knew I had given too much. I knew I couldn't give any more, but I continue to pour out of empty. There's nothing left in you. You can't pour in anyone. And there are some people who you want to pour in you, they got nothing left. And so when they come and they draw from your well and they empty it and they're gone full, you are now empty and you're bitter and you're angry because guess what? You allow them, and now you look and see they're flourishing because they did what they needed to do for their own spirit so that they can survive. You always hear about the fittest, the fittest, survival of the fittest. That is how mankind is. So we can't afford to say, well, I'm just going to be all giving, and you're not God. You have God within. You have the source that you can draw from, but not this unlimited source that you have to pour into other person even as you're emptying out your own vessel. So once we find chi, and we have to maintain it, and we have to learn how to control it and understand that when you get to that point, you would have had to do so much work. There's some people who will not do the work. They want you to do it for them, and so they'll never find peace. They'll never find harmony. They'll never find balance in their lives, and it's not your thing to fix. Let me ask you guys a question. Take a look at the water. We take so much for granted. This water is alive. The spirits dwell within the water and moves and communicates with us. See, the water doesn't stay still. Any water that stays still is stagnant, is dead. And no life force can stay in it. It stinks over time. But as long as it's moving, the plant life, but there's a spiritual energy associated to the water. This is why it is one of the elements. For me, water is that conduit, that conductor. It's where my source is. And I balance water and fire. They work on each other. They work, the energy of water and fire. It's a lot deeper than I want to go into right now. But it's so peaceful out here, guys. Nature at its finest. Money cannot buy this unless you're going to buy a piece of real estate so you can be close to it. So as I mentioned in the last clip, the powerful source that water is. Question I have for you is, what percentage of the body is made up of water? And you could ask yourself the question, why is this so? And what percent of the Earth's surface is made up of water? It's a powerful source. So as the scripture says, when you wake up, you're ordering your day. And how do you do this? In the morning, beside your bed, you should go to bed with a glass of water. So as you step out of bed first thing in the morning, you can do this. So as I said in the clip, water is this, conductor. It is pure. And so when I wake up in the morning, what I do is add a pinch of salt. Now salt is for purification, is for cleansing. So I'm adding a pinch of salt to my water. And I'm not someone that uses salt a lot in my food. But when I drink this, it's for purification, it's for cleansing, it's for like this divine protection, over my life that I seek. And again, I'm ordering my day. And so I start out with a pinch of salt in my water. And, as I said, for clearance, for protection, for whatever. And then I am adding a pinch of sugar to the same water. And the sugar represents good things, sweetness, whatever you desire, whatever you need that is positive to come into your life. And as you cover this glass of water, what you're going to be doing is putting your own energy and your own frequency or vibration in this water, and you're going to command it, and you're going to speak to it in a way as if it has life and that you're connected to it, and you're going to be talking about the things that you desire. You're going to be giving thanks first and foremost for positive things. You're going to give thanks for the fact that you just woke up, because we often take that for granted. So many people go to bed, they don't wake up for one reason or the other. So you're giving thanks over this clear glass of water, and you are going to speak to it, and you're going to say, this is the day that is created by the Most High, and I give thanks for this day. I invite positive energies and vibration throughout this day as I walk out. If you're going to work or if you're staying at home, as my day progresses, let the blessings of the Most High come to me wherever I go. Let me have favor. Let the good energy and good vibration of other persons surround me. I invite the presence of clean energy and clean spirits as we communicate, because you have to find time throughout the day to communicate with your source. The ones who allow you to wake up in the morning, the ones who help you or empower you regardless of what you're going through, to keep you in all your ways, to protect you from the things you cannot see with your eyes, with your physical eyes. You give thanks for those, and you invite the spirits to come and to protect you and to guide you and to inform you, because as you're stepping out of your house, you're facing all kinds of dangers, known and unknown. And so there are times when you step out and you realize you left your key. Spirit, allow that to happen, because one step out at that moment would have been a bad one for you. And so you give thanks. Instead of getting upset, you missed the train. Instead of getting angry about it, you missed the train for a reason. Divine protection, divine guidance. And so when you mix salt and the sugar together, you're merging, positive and sweet things together. And again, it is your power to declare whatever it is you want in your life, to renounce whatever it is you don't want. But you're not going to focus on the negativity. You're just going to speak whatever is negative, find a positive way to say it. I give thanks for this. I give thanks for that. I am whatever it is that you need to be. I'm not going to give you words, but you're speaking life. So anything you don't want to happen to you, do not speak it. Any negative thing, whether you're angry or, and we do that a lot. When we're angry, we say things. And when we say it in anger, we see it come to pass. So we got the power to bless this water and to put our energy in it. And it is your intention that matters. As I said earlier, finding your chi and how to control your chi. Your intention is what makes the difference. It is your intention why you have every positive thing that comes to your life. It is your intention that draws forth negativity as well. So focus your attention on your intention. That is what is going to bring to you the sort of reality that you're seeking, or that is also what brings to you the things that you don't want, because you focus on negativity, you draw it. You focus on positivity, you will draw that. Let me clarify before I end this video, because there's room for questions. But so you're taking a sip of this water, you're not drinking the whole thing, you're taking a sip of it. You have already touched it, you have prayed over it, you've put your intention in it, and what you're doing are going to be using it for is to empower you, it is to purify your body, and so you're going to use it to wash your face. When you wash your face with this water, you're not going to dry it off. You're just going to wash it, and you're going to allow the air to dry it, and you go about your business, whether you're going to work. Now, those of you who wear makeup, you're going to have to do it a little earlier than you leave the home, because you want to wash your face and then apply your makeup to whatever you use to rinse your face. As you face the elements, as you go out there and you deal with all these seen and unseen spirits that are out there that would seek to attach themselves to you, you would have prepared yourself. You would have ordered your steps. And if you're staying home, it's to create that kind of balance and harmony that you want, using your own intention and following these rituals or these understandings to then create the kind of day that you want to unfold. Okay, after you've set your intention, after you've gone through your ritual, come back and in this video share your experience. What was it like for you? And going forward, let me know if you want more of these videos. Stay blessed, everyone.